The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Friday, March 14th. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by our college basketball survivor contest. First place can win up to $75,000. Enter today at splashsports.com/SGPN. Once again, that's splashsports.com/SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Jerry Glanville, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode. And yes, I know right now you do not see us. Oh, you do see us. Okay. I'm sorry. I was uploading the new overlay because we're going to be switching over. There we go. Let me see if I can make this thing fit. Where is this is why you gotta get the producer thing. Why is this thing off here? Didn't I just have this logo set up? Anyway, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. Let's go back to the old one. I don't know what's going on. This is why you got to get behind the scenes. YouTube.com/the college experience. Jump on over there. Hit that like and subscribe button. We are rolling. And man, today was a fantastic day of hoops all day. Maybe the best day of the season. I mean, I'm here to talk about it all. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Dant, Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Oh, yeah. We were off and rolling today. I honestly think today it's going to be hard to beat it tomorrow, even though we have historic rivalries, big time matchups. Today was absolutely fucking insane. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Ride and Rush show. And make sure you check out the college basketball experience pregame show each and every day. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I was just tallying up my record. Finished 2 games above 500. So it was a very roller coaster like day. Wild day. Good calls, bad calls. Enjoyed the madness, baby. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight. I mean, today was just a wild day, man. And it started off actually kind of bleak because the Akron Zips just put it on Bowling Green by 30. Maction play. I'm getting double digits. I'm taking it every time, but whoo! Akron looked ready to go. Bad play as I bet this one. And like I said, it was just a tough day from the start, but don't worry. We caught fire right after that. Your thoughts on Akron looking like the best team ever?
It's a lock battle win for me. I took the Zips.
That's right. I did forget. I forgot that.
You're
doing so many shows right now. I forget. My apologies. Lock battle
we
win.
Had about 17 lock battles.
Yeah. Lock battle win for Mac. Why did I think you took Bowling Green with me? I know why. Because the guys with SGP took Bowling Green. Mac and Sean took Bowling Green with me. So, my apologies. Your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, they smashed the fuck out of them. Second half just completely blew that thing open. So shout out to the Zips. Moving on to the semis again.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough way to open things up. And then I didn't bet this one. I should have bet this one because the Bonnies got it done. 64-59 against Duquesne. You did lock up Duquesne. What happened to your Dukes, buddy?
Right side, they fucking gave him a 15-0 run to end the game. They were leading. They led the game for 35 minutes. They had brutal collapse at the end, and then execution was terrible at the end. Yeah, they had a 7-point lead at the under 4 timeout, and they lost by 5. Nice. Well done. Fuck you, Duquesne. Get out of here. You're out. How do you have a 7-point lead at the fucking 4-minute timeout and you fucking don't even goddamn cover?
Well, there was one tonight, late night. Dude, the Duquesne game feels like 2 days ago to me. That's what I love about these, where you just get all day of games. You're like, man, what happened in this game again? Shout out to the Bonnies for getting it done. I wish I would have bet it. 8 shit here. With Indiana, Mike Woodson. You know what, Altman, my apologies.
Fucking Woodson's a bum ass.
My apologies. Bad play. Oregon's on a roll. What's it, won 7 or 8 in a row? Big one tomorrow. Mike Woodson era over. Your thoughts?
No, they're going to the tournament.
I mean, it's still over, but I mean,
it's still over.
Yeah.
Well, it depends who you ask. Yeah, they're going to be in Dayton. They're definitely them and Texas will be paired up, I'm sure, and we'll get a nice TV rating. So yeah, Indiana disappointing regular season, but I mean, they're a weird team. Maybe they could go on a run in March. Oregon continues, and they got a big one with Sparty tomorrow. Winners of 8 in a row now.
Remember that last game against Sparty? Oregon was up double digits in the second half and lost and didn't cover.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
People are asking how that's the right side. If you have a dog and they have a double-digit lead and your cover percentage at one point is 95%, it's the right side. It's a good handicap. It's a collapse at the end. That's happens 1 out of 100 times. Fair.
Yeah. Well, we double locked Georgia Tech, and I'll thank you. You brought me into this.
The sweat free bet of the day was
you brought me into this, buddy. You brought me into this. Thank you.
It's the easiest play out of here. Fuck you, dude,
sure it helped with the injury.
Shit, no, they were fucking him up with the flag in the game. When flag went out, that's when Duke made their run.
That is true, but I tend to think like I would have been the second half would have been a little different if flag was there, but still, easy cover. Duke wins by 8 against Georgia Tech. They advance to take on Carolina. The rivalry continues. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it sucks seeing flag go down. That sucked. I mean, anybody that's had an ankle injury and played sports in their life, like you see that and you just like immediately wince because it's like, oh God, those ankle injuries are a bitch to deal with, man. And so we'll see. I mean, I don't think he's going to play in the ACC tournament. I don't see why you would play him. He's going to be the number 1 pick of the draft.
I don't even think you play him in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
I think you try to get him to that. You try to get him to
the round of 32,
but you might not even have that luxury. I mean, that's what that'll be next Saturday or Sunday, right?
10 days, and they're going to get tested in that round of 32 game because they're going to get an SEC or Big 12 team most likely in that 8-9 game. That's pretty good and has been tested all year. So if that's Flag's first game back, that's a kind of a tricky spot for Duke. So yeah, the narrative with Duke definitely kind of flipped on its head a little bit here today. They're no longer the penciled in national champion. That's for damn sure.
We ate shit with Butler. The Johnnies. Good God.
They ever going to freaking slow down? What's wrong with this
team? 78-57. The Johnnies take down Butler. Bad play. I thought it was I would still make that bet tomorrow based on the first 2 outcomes, but man, it was a bad. I mean, the Johnnies just look fucking great.
They made shots. They made some shots.
If they make shots like that, they can win the national championship.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't think that's a bold statement. Yeah,
and Sparty I think that are fair. Everybody doesn't think they're going to make shots, but I mean, they're starting to make them now.
Yeah. Then we ate shit with Iowa State in what I think you deemed the first rigged game of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the line suggested that one of them, Vegas thought that Lipsy was going to play.
Yeah.
Why would Iowa State be favored with both their starting 1 and 2 guards not playing? And they dressed him. He went through pregame warm-up.
The second time they've done this to us, by the way.
Yeah,
Texas
man,
Tech game. Yeah.
That one was frustrating because if they had played, they would have won. They wouldn't have given up 18 threes if Lipsy had played. I can tell you that. Shout out to BYU though. I mean, the BYU was on fire. It was actually a very entertaining game. Both teams
It was a great game.
Just frustrated how it went down, but that's life without the injury report, unfortunately. I mean,
I thought Yormark was the one that was enforcing that, like this transparency.
Yormark's full of shit. Look at that court. Stupid ass court. He's worried about that dumb ass court. Like fucking.
Well, I don't get the comb, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it was a rough start out the gate. The Georgia Tech Duke game was the only one I'd hit on, but then, dude. Then this one happened. Arkansas Ole Miss. What number did you get in this?
3.5.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, 3.5.
Me too.
Somebody said I lost. I was like, no, Arkansas covered. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I took Ole Miss. Took Ole Miss, so I did lose. Yeah.
What a game! Arkansas should have won. They freaking gave this game away at the end.
I did hit my underdog fantasy play. So I mean, more on that, and I mean, what a game this was. I mean,
Padula,
I was rooting
onions.
for overtime. What's that?
Yeah. I said Padula onions.
Yes, dude, that was my part of my play. Under 10.5 points. He only scored 10. I like it again tomorrow, by the way, under 15.5 points. Yeah, Ole Miss survives. Great game, buzzer beater. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. It was fantastic. But I ate shit. That was a rough morning. It was a rough morning there.
Yeah.
But then we caught a little bit of something with I took this one. Wichita State.
Good pick by you.
Minus the points against South Florida. 73-68, setting up Wichita State and Memphis. Watch out now. And yeah, I mean, I flew solo there, but and then we double locked Alabama State against Texas Southern. They get it done 84-79 in the SWAC. Your thoughts?
Alabama State might win this league, man. I kind of like their team.
They are good. They are good. Matlock, TJ Matlock is a dog for them.
He was the coach there was Will Wade's interim when they canceled him that year.
Oh, at LSU.
The first time they canceled him. They canceled him twice.
I do remember that.
Now he's going to be the head coach at fucking NC State or wherever he picks.
Yeah.
he got canceled for some dumb shit.
Yeah, this one is hilarious because I thought we had this cashed. There's something about Ohio. They just can't beat Toledo, huh?
Oh my God.
How the hell did we not hit this game? How the hell did we not get like this one?
And I thought they could beat Akron if they got Akron again. Now I'll probably talk myself into Toledo, but
Toledo wins in overtime by 5. I mean, just what was that with 3 minutes left? I feel like Ohio had I don't want to say a decent lead, but like 4 or 5, maybe 6 point lead. Yeah. Unbelievable. So eat shit there, but like I said, things heated up because I know my whites and that fat blob of mayo and St. Louis. Lock battle win for Dundee against Davidson. This bullshit out of here. I almost had a triple double. Probably Avila almost had a triple double. 13 points, 11 boards, 7 assists. Getting it done. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this was a good game. Davidson had the lead with 10 minutes left, but St. Louis made some plays, made their free throws down the stretch, and were able to get that cover.
Yeah. Folks, want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by, well, us. Yes, compete against SGPN this March in our $75,000 winner take all college basketball survivor contest. Folks, what are you doing? $75,000. March has never been this exciting. Enter at splashsports.com/SGPN. Once again, that's splashsports.com/SGPN. Yeah. And we're also brought to you by, good old SeatGeek. Yes. Look, I fly to LA in a couple days, but I was thinking about this. Probably gonna go to the ACC tournament tomorrow. I was thinking about, we're down to we trimmed the fat off the ACC. I was looking, I was like, okay, man, we got Duke, Carolina, Clemson, Louisville. It's gone chalk. ACC tournament, not far from my house. So I'm thinking about going. But I was looking at the best prices. I really was. And just jumping around. And by far, SeatGeek has been the best prices offered. I mean, if you haven't used the app, it's pretty easy as well. So I definitely want to give out a huge shout out to SeatGeek, because I'm telling you, their prices are better than everyone else's. And with over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and much, much more. I love using SeatGeek. Once again, the app is just, it's user friendly. You got to check it out. And SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. So, you know, you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by the buyer guarantee, which you need right there. And, I came through for you guys because you can use the promo code SGP10 for 10% off the next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Once again, that is 10% off any tickets. It could be a concert. It could be whatever. SGPN10. Thank me later. All right. But make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. SeatGeek, folks. Check it out. Fantastic stuff over there. All right, we are back recapping just tons of madness. I was talking to someone down the street today that said madness doesn't start until next week. What are you talking about?
Fuck next week. This week's better.
Yeah.
This week's better than next week. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And this next one, man, this one mattered actually. What number you got it at? I got the worst of the Arkansas number. But I got fortunate on the Marquette number because I had Marquette -1.5. What'd you get it at?
Dude, we I don't know if you remember us talking about this at 5 a.m. We go, ooh, there's a 1.5 out there. And we both jumped on it at 1.5 last night. We got lucky as hell. I didn't think it would come down to that. How about that bank 3 going
Oh my God. For people that had 2.5.
I feel for you.
I'm sure you want to vomit. Marquette 89, Xavier 87.
Choke job by Xavier, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that right now because I kind of think they're not in.
They're not in. They have one.
Do they do this every fucking year?
That was our whole handicap. That was our whole handicap of taking Marquette. We're like, everybody's talking about, oh, Xavier's got to win this game and they're in the tournament. I was like, this is when Sean Miller folds. They had a 10-point lead. I mean, they dominated the first half. They dominated 10 minutes in the second. Ryan Conwell went for like 40 and they still lost.
Yeah. I mean, I my only regret is I was occupied doing spots, like radio spots. I meant to live bet that thing at halftime on the Marquette side. And I forgot. But what that was a pretty fire game. Marquette survived. So I just saw someone had Xavier as the second to last team in, even with that loss.
I don't see how they're in. They have one quad 1 win. Like I know they have 21 wins, but
who was that win, by the way?
At Marquette.
Yeah.
Because UConn at home is not a quad 1 win because UConn's numbers weren't that good. Well, here's the problem. The Big East self-sabotaged herself in November and December. We talked about that when they were losing all those bye games. Seton Hall lost like 4 bye games. Villanova lost to Columbia.
Butler lost to Austin P.
North Dakota State. Who else? Providence. I mean, they lost everybody in the country. I mean, you go down to Georgetown had a bad loss too. So it's just like the bottom of the league did what the ACC has done, and it killed their whole top half of the league. Where if you're a Xavier or you're a Villanova, like you had no margin of error, and I don't think they should be in. They didn't do anything outside that. What's their best non-con win? Wake Forest.
Probably off the top of my head, I'd have to look at it, but crazy. I feel like Xavier does this, whether it's Travis Steele, whether it's Sean Miller. How many times have they just been right on the bubble and just couldn't get it done? I feel like it's been a bunch.
Yeah.
Lock battle win for Dundee. I've just been cashing in on North Carolina against the ACC.
Speaking of frauds.
All right. 68-59. Limiting Steve Forbes and Wake Forest to just 59 points there.
You know I was the right fucking side. This is some bullshit. If roles were reversed, you'd be talking about this game for 30 minutes. This is some bullshit. Are you kidding me, Wake? You guys had to leave with 2 minutes left.
Carolina had the halftime lead, man. They battled back from getting beat up early.
Wake is a joke, man. I mean,
that was a bad beat.
Well, the other part is Wake is on the bubble too. If Wake wins that game and they get Duke tomorrow without Cooper Flagg and they win, maybe Wake could get in the dance. They just laid down at the end and didn't even try and forget coverage. They didn't even try and win the game at the end. They just go, all right, Carolina, you guys won.
Yeah, what the hell was that? What the hell was that, by the way?
That was
like there's still like 16 seconds on the clock. It was just like, nah, you have the win. Have the win.
That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. I will agree there. Like that was where's your fight? I mean, if you watch the Oklahoma game tonight, you should know the game is never over. Yeah.
What was the score? I think Wake Forest had a 1-point lead with 2.5 minutes, and Carolina finished on a 10-0 run. And Wake just said, all right, you guys win.
Yeah, you guys have this. You guys came here, you fought hard. You guys just have this win. Even though you're on the bubble with them, but hey, have this win.
I'm pulling it up. Yeah, because the final was 68-59, and that was after all the collapses. Wake had Wake had the lead at
21 seconds. Monty Pritchett saying is when the players started walking off the court.
They just walked off. Exactly. They just walked off the floor. I was like, what? Wake had the lead at the under 4 timeout. Then Carolina took the lead with 3 minutes left. And then Wake just said, all right, we forfeit.
It's been fun.
I've never seen that in a bubble.
I will say that was strange. And it was a fortunate cover by me, but that was even stranger because I'll tell you this: if they foul, Carolina probably wins by 12. But either way, it would have been a lucky cover by me. But still, why would you not foul in that? They ended up fouling, but they let all that time off the clock. So at the time, it was what 66 to. So it was a 7-point game with 21 seconds left. Stranger things have fucking happened.
Yeah, the Oklahoma Kentucky.
Yeah, today, stranger things have happened. In the past week, stranger things have happened multiple times. Unbelievable.
That's just the best way to describe Wake. Wake's a joke. And I just got done saying that was Xavier's best non-con win. So, yeah, they're both out.
Yeah. Wisconsin takes down Northwestern. Northwestern covers. I didn't touch this game. I mean, I took Wisconsin, I believe, on the picks page, but I didn't bet this game. Did you bet this?
I bet Wisconsin, and Northwestern banged in a fucking 3 at the buzzer to lose by 7. I go, nice. I think Wisconsin was up like 15 at one point. It felt like they were cruising, and Northwestern's, they fought all year for Collins. I'll give Collins a lot of credit, man.
The X fans are coming for you. All right, they're coming for you.
They would not.
Shout out to Clark. How you doing, man? He was on Northwestern.
Bob Huggins start talking to you guys again.
I double locked I think I got you to jump in on this lock. Refresh my memory. Charlotte plus the points. You weren't in on this, right? Dude, they almost won this thing. Yeah. They almost won this thing. Great handicap, if I may say so. FAU is not that good of a team. I'm, 2 for 10 from 3. Not great. There was a point where I thought Charlotte was going to hit on the money line, but they didn't. Your thoughts?
I'm with you. FAU is a weird team. Like, I felt like at one point I liked FAU, but now I watch them and they kind of look like a shell of themselves.
Yeah. We also double locked San Jose State. I'll give you credit here. Tim Miles and company cover the number. Sparty only loses by 11 to New Mexico. Your thoughts?
Tim Miles. Like everything I said about Northwestern, I'll say about Tim Miles. Like, both coaches had injuries. Both coaches had roster limitations. But you know what?
Rated in the portal every year too. I feel like.
But you know, you could count on at least they were going to play hard and be prepared. So, I guess the tip of the cap to Northwestern and San Jose. It's fitting that they both cover on the way out because they played hard all year. They just weren't very good.
Speaking of covers, we double locked the Colorado Buffaloes, and that one hit as well. Boom! It's a free show. It is a free show.
Man, I'll tell you what. Big 12 teams are probably glad that the season's over with the Buffs because the Buffs were playing at a middle of the pack Big 12 team at the end. They got better. That younger
Jakumovsky.
He's playing out of his mind right now.
Jakovsky. I just call him Jakovsky. Yeah. I mean, he was balling. They could be an interesting team next year because a lot of those teams, like 80% of that roster was. It depends if they stay because obviously, sure would have been nice to keep a couple of the guys that transferred out to Louisville and Syracuse and Georgia Tech.
They're too talented. You got to get the D2.
Yeah,
guys.
wait. So, I mean, they went to Louisville. Yeah, that's a good point. Syracuse and Georgia Tech. How was it at Syracuse and Georgia Tech? I understand Colorado had a tough season, but you went to the tournament a year ago, beat the Florida Gators in the opening round. And you could have came back. And I think if you add in those three guys, Hadley, Lampkin, who's the third guy I'm drawing a blank on? I tend to think they would have been a tournament team, but hey,
what's the fucker's name? Hadley was the big one.
No, but Lampkin, the third one was a good role player too. That like you thought more minutes to whom I'm just forgetting. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now.
Yeah, I mean Lampkin.
Luke O'Brien. Thank you, Clark. Luke O'Brien. Yeah,
and he finished at Georgia Tech. Like, I don't get why these guys go to these schools. Why did Lampkin go to Syracuse?
That had to be a
why
check.
Why did he
right?
leave TCU?
Well, apparently, like he had a problem with the coach there and the staff or something like
that's on him.
The doctors or something. But I really think you add those three guys back to Colorado with this young talent. They're probably a tournament team. I mean, at least a bubble team. Folks, want to tell you the college basketball experience is brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, Edge Boost has partnered up we've partnered up. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost. The premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cash back rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up for Edge Boost and enter our free $2,000 bracket contest at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Once again, that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport there is. Plus, there's props for every game, and MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations. even outside of the States. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag, but make sure you use our promo code TCESGPN because we're going to get you a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. And so the day was starting to heat up for us here. Hit Charlotte, hit San Jose, hit Colorado, hit Carolina, hit St. Louis, hit Marquette, and then boom. This was maybe the game of the day. Texas money line play. Boom. Do we battle here? Do we battle? Oh, okay.
And the horns. I didn't want to take them, but I took them.
Yeah. This game was a fucking roller. Even if I had lost this game, I was okay with the ride. This was a roller coaster. This was one. Thought we had it won. Thought we had it lost. Thought we had it won. Thought we had it lost. Then we won. Great game. Your thoughts on this one? Rivalry game delivered. Yeah.
It really did, man. Now Texas is gonna fuck around and get in that tournament. I can't believe they're gonna be the 14th goddamn SEC team. I hate the SEC. Yeah, I mean, I thought they just A&M's execution down the stretch is just so bad at times, and they just take some bad shots. So credit to Texas. They continue to fight. They continue on, and now they got a shot at Rick Barnes, their former coach. If they win this one, they're definitely in.
I think they're in right now, but we'll see.
I think they're in too.
Had some bad beats right here with Eastern Michigan plus 5.5. Of course, they lose by 6. Man,
they're bums.
Man, I want this investigated.
They're bums. They had a chance to cut to like 2 or 3, and then this guy just pulls up and shoots an air ball by like 6 feet. I was like, get out of here. That's rigged.
Yeah, I also got the worst on this too. I'm curious what number you got, but a lot of people got George Washington minus 6.5, which hit. I did not. I had 7.5. What's that?
I said I did not either. I'm with you. I lost.
Yeah, this was a bummer. But yeah, if you cashed it on the 6.5, shout out to you. They should have lost this game, to tell you the truth. Like, yeah. Fordham stormed back, and I'm shocked that George Washington was able to pull this thing out. For a minute there, I thought Fordham. I thought Fordham had it there with Jackie Johnson balling out. Yeah, so 8 shit on both those. Did not bet the San Diego State Boise State game, despite my desires to do so, just because I wanted to watch that so much. But you nailed this one, buddy. And Boise was the better team, but I do want to. There was a key possession, I thought.
San Diego State had an injury too. That hurt.
What's
him.
that?
I said San Diego State had an injury too that hurt him.
Oh yeah. But there was a huge possession about like the 4-minute mark, I thought, where, and I give or take a little bit. Watched so many games today, but San Diego State was up 1, I believe. Boise hit a 3 to go up 2. And San Diego State comes down, drives the lane. I thought the guy got completely fouled, almost made the N1, but they didn't call anything. So like you could tell the whole bench reacted like, well, there's no call, but they almost reacted so much that they left a dude at the wing for 3, which quickly got that lead to 5. And man, from there on out, Boise handled their shit. Boise wins by 10, but I thought that possession was huge as far as the tone of the game, because it's like, man, if San Diego State shoots 2 free throws, it's tied up again.
Yeah.
That was just a gigantic back and forth that decided the game. But shout out to Boise. I just saw bracketology say Boise's still on the outside on one of these stations right now. I think it was Lenardi's. I thought this win would get them in. He still has San Diego State as the first team in out of the Final 4 in. Maybe that Houston win, I don't know. But Boise's still on the outside after this game. Do you agree with that?
I think San Diego State should be in. They did a good job of the non-con. They got those big wins in Vegas early against Houston, against Creighton, And then they took care of
UC San Diego too. They got UC San Diego.
Has aged so well. I mean, that's a hell of a win looking back on that. And they've done a good job in conference. Yeah, they lost a tough one today. They're banged up. But I think this was more about Boise, just a gritty win back against the wall. You lost on senior night. We everybody and their brother trash you all week, and you pop up with a little bit of pride here. So shout out to Dejan Hart and Stanley.
Andrew Meadow too. Meadow played big. San Diego State had a 5-point halftime lead. To only score 19 in the second half. Pretty damn impressive by Boise to bounce back and then hold them to that.
Now they got the Lobos. They got another shot at the Lobos, and I kind of think they got to win that game if they want to get in.
Yeah. Did you bet? I can't remember if you bet this. I stayed away, but man, you were right with the line stinking. I watched this game. This was a good game. Morgan State 91, Howard 90.
Wow.
Whew.
Upset.
The line was telling from the start. Cameron Hobbs of Morgan State, 33 points, 7 boards, getting it done. Yeah, very impressive. And then Tobin Anderson, the legend of Tobin Anderson, as he takes it to the Jaspers of Manhattan by 12. Bad play here.
Are they going to win the tournament?
They are.
I watched them tonight. I was like, they looked good. They looked good in the second half. They got the aqueduct, and it's a short number tomorrow.
Yeah, I kind of think they are. Western Michigan covered against Kent State. The next game, this game was absolutely awesome. Kennesaw State 80, New Mexico State 77. Dude, this game delivered. I don't know if you caught this game. This was a fucking really good basketball game today. Kennesaw and the Flamin' Libs tomorrow. Who'd you have in this? I took Kennesaw. I can't remember. Did you take the Aggies?
I took the Aggies, and the Conference USA games were fucking great.
On fire tonight, man.
Yeah.
On fire. The next one was even better. Then we had you win a lock battle against me. I still say if Fran doesn't fucking go crazy, I think this covers.
Why did he do that?
I think he covers if he does this. Illinois 106, Iowa 94.
He got tossed in his last game.
Dude, I'm catching 10.5? You're telling me that wasn't the difference in the fucking outcome here? Killer. And how about Peyton Sanford going off? He was on fire for a minute there. Shout out to the Illini though. It was a gut check because Iowa at one point was playing pretty damn good in this game. But your thoughts?
Yeah, defense was optional in this game. To your point, yeah, like you said, shout out to the Illini. They've been red hot now for 2 straight weeks since the Duke embarrassment. Now I would assume that we'll get a McCaffrey announcement here over the next 24 hours that he's gone. Even though he's doubling and tripling down that he should be back.
I mean, in my opinion, he should. Wasn't that long ago you had Garza and we're killing it. You know what I mean?
I mean, the problem is he's never been out of the first weekend ever.
But you got to remember, there's a gigantic payment to players pending.
Yeah, it also, I don't know how good he is in the new environment. He's an old school guy.
That's fair. That's fair.
He had a great run though.
All right, I want to bitch about these next 2 games. And one of them I didn't even bet, but one I did. Tulsa Temple. Temple had a fucking 15-point lead.
Rig game.
15-point lead.
Rig special here.
I have Temple on -2.5. I think it was. I can't believe I lost this game. I'd mark this as a win. Then I check my account and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what game did I lose? I turned this thing off. I had ATVs going. I put the fucking MIAC on over this one. I was like, Temple's got this in the bag. Unbelievable here. Unbelievable.
Fitting way for Temple to go out.
Unbelievable. I'm disgusted by this game. And then I didn't bet this game. I actually picked it correctly from an ATS standpoint, but I can't believe DePaul lost this game in double overtime. This game was awesome.
Oh man.
Creighton 85, DePaul 81. DePaul, how did you not win this in regulation? Unbelievable. You can make an argument this was the best game of the day.
Yeah. Until Oklahoma, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to cover with Creighton in double overtime. I'm like, oh, watch this. DePaul's going to give up like a 15-0 run and not even cover. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. Colorado in the Big 12, DePaul in the Big East. Those teams in the bottom tier basement were playing good ball at the end of the year. So hopefully Holtman and company can keep some guys and build. That's the best DePaul team since like the early 2000s. Yeah, I don't think it's close.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And then, all three of these had a similar tone to it. You had Temple up, 15, 16. You had DePaul up big, double digits majority of that game, I feel like. And then Stanford, which we had, but I also bet this on the money line. We double locked Stanford at the point. Stanford was the better team today. I'll argue that with anybody. I can't believe they lost this game. Chucky Hepburn, game winner. Great scene there. I thought Stanford was the better team today. They just lost the game.
Yeah, they had a 15 damn point lead with 15 minutes left, and they choked. Chucky makes the game winner. Entertaining game.
It was for me, and I normally hate these matchups when you get Stanford and Louisville, but if the game delivered today.
Kyle Smith, 20 wins and almost beat Louisville in the quarter.
When they were up 15, I was thinking they're going to win the ACC.
I was thinking because I was like,
I thought, man, Stanford's going to win the fucking ACC tournament. Baylor 74, Texas Tech 76. We get the cover here, double lock.
This came all the way back.
Yeah, that was one that went the other way for us. We were getting drilled, and they were down 15, I think, at one point. They battled all the way back, almost stole this thing. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, and Edgecombe misses that tough shot at the end of the game. I thought he could have taken another dribble, and then he might have been able to tie it in regulation, but I guess he wanted to take the three. Yeah, fun game. Watch out for Baylor in the bracket. They're going to be like an 11 seed, and they're an 11 seed that can make the Sweet 16 with how much firepower they have with those guards in Omir. They're a way different team than they were 2-3 weeks ago. They figured something out.
Yeah. Well, figuring something out. I say this. You are very lucky the game of basketball is not 41 minutes and it's 40 minutes. Because I swear to God, if there's one more minute on the clock, LaSalle wins this fucking game.
How the fuck did they cover?
Dude.
18-point lead.
St. Joe's 75, LaSalle 70. The shipment came in. The final shipment came in. Dude. LaSalle, I feel like, didn't miss on a possession, their final 7 possessions. I am telling you, if there was a minute more in this game, LaSalle wins this fucking game.
St. Joe's was up 21 with 3.5 minutes left.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And what's his name? The guard, McKeithen?
Yeah.
Dude, he was on fire. That's why I was like, dude, there's a minute more in this game. That motherfucker was taking it over. He had hit like 3 straight threes. Fran does what he always had to do for old Pick Dundee. Get that cover. They shot 65% from 3. LaSalle did. Woo! And you lost?
Hey, I wonder if Penn would hire Fran.
I don't. They should. They should.
They don't really use
Would he take it? He's going to be 77 in the summer.
He may just be a basketball junkie. He may just want to coach.
I mean, I think it keeps you living.
Donahue. Well, wait. When did Donahue get fired? Did Donahue get fired literally right after they announced this?
I think it was after.
Clark is saying that's the rumor on the street in the chat. I Maybe Fran's not done. I would love to see Ivy. He'd be great because that's his brand of basketball now because he's an old school guy. He'd be great. He'd be a 10.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I was so excited. They cut that to 3. They cut that to 3 with 30 seconds left. And I was like, dude, they're going to win this fucking game. I was like, and honestly, if you caught that inbounds pass by St. Joe's, they inbounded the ball. And luckily there was another player there because it was overthrown, but it went to the other player. It was almost a turnover. Like you go back and watch that thing with I think 28 seconds or something. They inbound the ball. That was a bad pass, but the other guy was coming up and it just worked out. But man, my boys, I hope you're back, Fran. Let's go.
I mean, why wouldn't they hire him? He started there.
What do you give him? You're going to be 78 though. Yeah.
3-year deal.
I would love it. Let's go. I'll get Fran some stem cell injections down in Bogota. Let's go, Fran.
Maybe he can bring like a young assistant that he could hand it off to in 2 years if his health gets bad or he just wants to work on his shipments.
Yeah. And shout out to Billy Lang did give him his flowers in the presser. He was like, that's a fucking legend right there. I'm from Philly. And he's like, when I was in high school, I was a high school coach. He was helping me out a lot. He kept an open door for people where a lot of other coaches would be like, dude, piss off. He's like, no, just you're here. You're welcome anytime.
Long live Dumphy. Dumphy and Leonard, man. 2 good guys. They both shut it down. But
please, you're going to be too excited right now. I'm not ready for this. I was not ready for this conversation with Penn hiring him. If Penn hires him, God damn, that's the best news of the year. Right.
I started thinking about it, and it makes sense. Like, if he wants to finish where he started, I mean, who the hell else is Penn going to hire? Nobody wants that job. Fran might do it for free. He's got enough money. He's retired. He might just go, I just want to coach ball.
What if they hire Fran Dumphy and he hires Fran McCaffrey as an assistant? They just pass it off. Fran to Fran.
It'd be great. And then McCaffrey's son just got done playing at Butler today, so he's on the staff too. And he's have a nice Fran circle of trust. Priscilla leaves the booth. He works for him. Let's go.
We also double locked the Missouri Tigers, 85-73 against Hail State. Wait, were you battling?
No, I battled it.
Oh, you crazy bastard! You faded your own future. This is the one you faded your future on.
Well, the game played out the way I thought. It was a freaking fist fight the entire game, and I thought it'd be a one possession, and then Hail State just imploded down the stretch. Couldn't make a shot. They're too reliant on Hubbard.
Yeah. Shout out to Mizzou, and then I think you bet this. I didn't bet this game. I should have bet this game. Because I was up a bunch at this point. But did you catch the MEAC Classic? North Carolina Central, Lavelle Moton winning at the buzzer. For you. Let's go Central.
The buzzer. I got the background. It's the highlight. I don't know how he got the little kiss off the glass here.
Off the rim.
Yeah.
That thing touched everything.
The iron was kind. That was a full rim job for everybody out there. Go check it out.
Yeah. Then we had how about this play here? The Mount, my future still rolling. Mount St. Mary's 62, Marist 58, double lock. Boom.
Donnie Lynn's won 20 games in his first year. That's an incredible coaching job by Donnie Lynn.
I don't think they're done yet, buddy. I think they can be dancing.
They got the Warriors tomorrow.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. I ate shit with Alcorn State here. Bethune-Cookman and Reggie Theus, my boys. That's what I get when I fade my boys. All right.
Yeah.
Huge win for Bethune. I can't wait to watch the SWAC action tomorrow. Obviously, You got a big matchup with Bethune and Jackson State. Did you bet this game?
I did not. I want to petition the SWAC and MEAC to either move their tournaments the previous weekend where the championship's on Monday, like the other ones where we could see more of the games, or push it back a day like the Ivy and finish on Sunday. It gets buried too easily. And they'll play 2 games and then they'll have 2 teams sit out because they only have so much sports space because the women are there too. They play the women in the early part of the day and then the men play at night.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. Get it on Saturday or Sunday. Makes sense, I think. Okay, man, you could argue this was the game of the day. I didn't bet this game, but God damn it, I watched a lot of it. Middle Tennessee 77, Louisiana Tech 75 in double overtime.
Are you shitting me with this? This was a freaking baller.
You could argue this was the best fucking game of the day. You had Middle Tennessee hit a game winner in regulation, but it turns out he didn't get the ball off in time.
I know. Crazy.
And then La Tech had a good look at the game winner in double overtime.
Yeah.
Just missed it. This game was awesome. Your thoughts?
I mean, it was awesome. Louisiana Tech, disappointing year. That they felt like they always found ways to lose games, and Middle has always found ways to win games. So kind of summed up the 2 seasons, but we'll see how much Middle's got left in the tank here tomorrow. They got a day game after finishing this game at like midnight. Yeah. And then we double locked Abilene Christian. We covered by the hook. Boom. I mean, free fucking show, guys. Seattle, though, I actually thought AC was going to win this outright, so I did sprinkle the money line. Ain't shit in that regard, but your thoughts? Yeah, Seattle moves on, and we get the WAC semis. I'm looking forward to the WAC and Big West semis tomorrow night.
Big West was kind of wild tonight.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some chalk in that championship.
Yeah, Nevada. Colorado State, we went in on Steve Alford. Fucking bum. How bad? I feel like I had my pulse on Alfred for like November and December, but ever since like mid-January, I don't think I can get a game right with this fucking Nevada team. 17-16, they end their season with. Unbelievable.
Preseason favorite, and they go 17-16.
How about Nico Medved?
Yeah,
I still don't see Colorado State in though.
Yeah, talk about opposite coaching jobs. Medved, unbelievable job post Stevens era, and then Nevada, all-time bad job by Alford. Yeah.
Unbelievable. We'll see if Colorado State's they're still fighting for their lives here. And then was not surprised in this one. I mean, I took Northridge. I didn't bet this, but I was talking with Stacking the Money Green because he went to Northridge, and I was like, dude, I'm a little scared because I was like, they haven't,
targets on their back.
Well, and they don't have that experience of that. And Santa Barbara's like they have some veterans on their team that have been in this spot. And I actually think, we'll talk in a second, but Santa Barbara was pretty impressive tonight, and they were pretty impressive in the opening night, I thought too. But the Gauchos, 20 wins now.
Yeah, I ended up betting the Gauchos. I just to your point, that everything you laid out, the spot, veteran group, veteran coach, and just Northridge has they gotta figure out how to get it done next year. Now that they got this bad taste out of their mouth.
Yeah, and then you were all over this one. Glad it didn't battle you. USC Purdue. USC should have won this game.
Oh, dude, they should have fucking won.
Purdue 76, USC 71. I actually thought about this more. I was on Sports Grid today, or VSiN, one of the shows. They asked me about this game, and I actually had changed my pick. I took USC. I mean, I didn't bet this game, but they asked me about this leading up, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I think your point was valid.
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world.
ECU covers the 3.5 with the 5-point win. 5-point win.
Go watch everybody how they fucking covered this game.
We did dunk the ball with a half a second left to win by 5. But I will say this. You were right. That was a close game. But I feel like ECU was up 95% of the game. But
yeah,
up from 1 to 5 for 95%. Yeah,
they weren't up a lot. It was
yeah.
it was nut crunching time that whole game. I was like, I kept saying ECU's gonna blow this game. This is a Schwartz fucking blow up spot. But hey man, sometimes those are the hardest games. I mean, when you're supposed to win.
Yeah, keep an eye out on that. You know, I know throughout the season, and I think last time when Beanick was on, we were talking, you know, and maybe yourself too, we were talking CJ Walker and RJ Felton. But what we weren't talking about was Jordan Riley, the Temple transfer. 22 points, 12 boards, 3 steals, 1 block tonight. Huge fucking game from Jordan Riley. And the Pirates moved to 19 wins on the season. God damn it.
You're going for 20 tomorrow.
Dude, I'll be honest. Like, I mean, UAB should be favored, but I kind of like the matchup.
4.5.
I mean, ECU beat them recently, but I just feel like UAB is like a very athletic team for the AAC, in my opinion. For like a lot of those teams, they're more athletic than ECU is actually like this. I've been saying it all year, the most athletic I can ever recall ECU being ever. Like even when they went to the tournament in 91, this is the most athletic ECU team now. They can still lose by 20, but I like drawing them over some other opponents. I'll say that. But I did not like drawing UTSA because that game kind of scared me. So, you know,
you should have the crowd tomorrow too.
That is true. No one was at the fucking game tonight though. So
yeah. Well, the North Texas fans will not root for UAB. I can tell you that.
Yeah. And then we had another battle. UConn 73, Villanova 56. Buddy.
The last time I ever take Villanova.
Only 20 points in the second half?
They were fucking UConn up in the first half, and then Eric Dixon goes 2 for 16. That's a tough way to go out, man. Woo.
That is.
But you know what?
He's a damn good player too.
He carried their ass all year. So, yeah. I mean, once UConn got the momentum and then just pulled away and blew them out.
Is Neptune done?
He's got to be done. How can you bring him back? How can you not make the tournament one time at Villanova in 3 years when you have Eric Dixon?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
That's worse than like Kim English, in my opinion.
Yeah. Then you did beat me on a battle with this one. Man, Clemson looked like shit. But Clemson still won 57-54 in a rock fight.
Then Louisville got lucky as fuck.
Yeah. Nice lock battle win for you. Man, if SMU had won this, I actually kind of saw a path for them to get to the dance.
I really wanted to see an SMU Stanford semifinal just to like
that would have been great.
One of those misfits, like, why are they in this league? Was going to play Duke or Carolina in the final. I was hoping, but they both couldn't finish. Yeah, good cover by SMU. No tourney for them. Don't try. Remember when they tried to crowbar them in till about last?
Yeah. They can make this.
You got to beat somebody with the pulse. You can't just beat Virginia and Virginia Tech.
Then we had this block battle. Dundee on Arizona Mac on Kansas, the Cats. 88, Kansas 77. Get this Hunter Dickinson bullshit out of here.
It was a good game.
It was.
Score's misleading. Yeah, I mean, credit to Arizona, man. They took Kansas's best punch in the second half and pulled away. They were the tougher team. That was a fun game.
David Matola. Shout out to David Matola. Bear down, fellas. Those Big 12 refs were bullshit. Hunter Dickinson making moving screens, throwing the elbows to the head all game. Fuck that Kansas bias.
He DM'd me. He goes, "What's up with these Big 12 refs?" I said, "You're playing Kansas in Kansas City. Why do you think I took Kansas? Have you not watched this league for the last 20 years? They're going to get every call. If you're going to beat them, you got to be 10 to 15 points better." And Arizona was tonight. They were the better team. Arizona's playing good ball. I can't wait for tomorrow night. Texas Tech and Arizona played some fire regular season games. Round 3. I told Beanick, that little prick, this is going to become a nice little rivalry in basketball, I think. Texas Tech and Arizona. Both teams are good. Both teams have strong fan bases, good culture.
And the most important element,
desert.
Both desert teams. I love it.
Yes.
All right. I love
like rivalry. A new rivalry.
Yeah. It's like Farmageddon, man. All right.
Yeah, Beanick's over there pumping fucking Washington Rutgers.
Yeah. Get that shit out of here. Okay, then I lost this game, and we got to talk about this one. I'd love to know. I want to say, maybe the chat can correct me. I want to say Kentucky had a 10 or 11 point lead with 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
Reminded me of like Duke and Maryland, like in 2001.
My God. The full court press, Porter Moser installs, and Kentucky looks like fucking 7-year-olds. They couldn't get the ball up the fucking court. Oklahoma storms all the way back, takes the lead down 10, 12. Was it 12?
Yeah.
I had money on Kentucky. I thought I was cashing this fucking thing before Oklahoma just went off. And then Owe, I don't even know how the hell he got down the court that fast. How did he get down? I mean, it was an awkward spot to make that shot too. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Kentucky, Oklahoma in a game I'll remember 25 fucking years from now. Unbelievable. I mean, providing I'm alive, which, I'd say 25 years. Yeah. Plus 400.
This is the spot. This is the time where you go, man, bad beat on Kentucky -6.5 and Oklahoma money line. Like if you had Oklahoma's money line, that's a brutal gut punch.
Oh yeah.
Back. But if you had Kentucky -6.5, you're like, God damn, we were up 12 with the minute left. All you gotta do is get the ball in bounds.
Or if you had an Oklahoma future.
Yeah. Or if you're just an Oklahoma fan because Otega Owe played for you and he hit 2 game winners on your ass.
That's a great point.
I
didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that.
Here's a shotgun. Take it.
Unbelievable. What a game. And the Big Blue Nation was in effect. Good God. I mean, no, that's a fucking game if I've seen one, man. Unbelievable.
Have any juice left for Alabama tomorrow?
I don't know, man.
What happened to Lamont? Did he get hurt again?
Did he? I don't.
Dude, if he can't play, like,
dude, I was doing the SGP show. See, I only played 8 minutes. So yeah, I think so. I was doing the SGP show during a lot of that. I mean, during specifically early on, but unbelievable. Tarleton covered for us against Cal Baptist. We didn't bet it.
What a game. That was a shit show of a game.
Rock fight. And then I did eat shit on UNLV.
He gone.
Who are they hiring?
I don't know. They don't have any money.
That's the thing. You saw the Dan Mullen reports. They're collective saying we only have 2. We decided to do a 5-year deal, but we only have money for 2 years. Hope you win.
It's crazy that they have no money, man.
I don't understand it either. You have like a booming fucking city, right? Isn't that city
Dude, go down to this fucking Circa and just meet some people.
Just sit at the bar
hang out
for
with
a couple.
Derek.
Yeah.
Hang out, have a couple cocktails with Derek Stevens. I'll be the UNLV ambassador here. Hang out with Derek Stevens. You'll meet some people that can get you some Benjis that'll get some shit done for you. I mean, this
Wednesday, I'll be hanging out, having cocktails more than likely with Derek Stevens. So, yeah, I mean, if you work for UNLV, come by, say what's up.
What the hell are we talking about? They're on the MEAC or SWAC. I mean, this is UNLV.
Yeah.
They should be thriving in this new environment. They were doing this environment.
And they're still the only basketball team in Vegas. You should have been for the past 20 years. You should have been killing it.
They should have all this money and they should be able to dump it for Will Wade, but they have no money. If they had all this money, Will Wade would be the perfect.
They could call us. They could call the Saudis. Actually, you know what? We were. This is good. I can tell the story now. We were with WinBet for a while, and every we were shout out to the Win. They were awesome. Our time there was a lot of fun, but we would get our hotels comped every time, and we're flying out doing the VEASAN show in Vegas, and we go to fly out one weekend, and guess what? A Saudi prince came into town, and the Win said, "Guess what? Hey, SGPN, get fucked, right? Because there's a lot of money coming in, and this is the one weekend we will not comp you." Can't blame them, but I do remember. I wish I could remember the exact
Excalibur.
Yeah, they're like, we can set you up at the Econo Lodge up the street. But I do remember asking. I wish I could remember the number because I'm kind of talking out of my ass right now. But I know that like he would have this prince would come in and he was playing blackjack, I think it was, and I'm talking $1 million hands, $1 million hands, just insane, just fucking insane. So yeah. They can call up. They can call up. The Saudis, get involved. Let's go. That's what I would do. Why not? If you're broke, you need money, make a phone call. Next up, we got. Cal Poly, Shocks Riverside, wire to wire, pretty much.
Dude, he's done a great job.
Unbelievable. The Mustangs get it done. Your thoughts?
Mike DeGeorge, 16 wins year one. They've won 5 in a row. They've won 6 out of 7. They
were winless a year ago. In conference, they were winless.
They were 0-8 in the Big West this year, and they finished 8-12. Irvine better watch out tomorrow.
Who do you think? Let's talk about that. Like, I think Santa Barbara, just because they have so many veterans, is the more dangerous opponent.
I kind of think it might be Pauley, man. They're the hottest team in the league outside of UC San Diego.
Well, you'd rather play Irvine, of course. So maybe you're right with Pauley, but I just thought the way that the Gauchos veterans, they have a lot of veterans that have been playing good for them. All right, game balls. Let's get to it. Where are you going?
I think I should give it to Cal Poly.
That's okay.
I am going to give my game ball to Texas, actually. Beating A&M after they just beat Vandy the day before. Texas is – Rodney Terry won't die, man. He just is fighting for his life, and he's continuing on.
He's so animated on the sidelines. It's fucking hilarious.
It's so obvious. They're like,
you can tell he's like, God damn it, I want this job. Let's get this shot.
You're like, if you lose this one, you're out of here. And he is every play like, yes.
Yeah.
He sprinted on the floor and he was like this today. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well, he knows his job, man. He probably won't get a head coaching gig, man. I don't blame him. I don't blame the fucking guy. I mean, and I do think like maybe he's thinking, just give me a little bit of time. I'm getting better and better at becoming a head coach. I got tons of resources here. I can win big here. I just need the time. So I don't blame him.
walking out there like he's like Ray Lewis. I'm like, what are you doing right now? What are you gonna fucking hit stick somebody?
I'm gonna go my game ball to Leon Rice and Boise State. You know, San Diego State was one of the only teams that beat you in Boise this year. Them and Colorado State, to get that revenge in a critical game on the outside of the bubble. Live to fight another day. Game ball, Broncos. Where are you going with the next one?
I will go to the likes of. Let's go with Kentucky. I know they blew the lead.
That was going to be my next one, being like they blew the lead, but they still were able to figure this thing out.
Yeah, and they didn't have their starting point guard, so I think Kentucky gets a game ball grinding that thing out.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Let's go to the likes of. I'm gonna go BYU, even though Iowa State wasn't healthy. This BYU team, man, how many have they won in a row?
7 or 8.
8 in a row. Hey, that's some serious momentum considering their class next year.
I know. They're turning into a little bit.
I said
a little bit of a juggernaut with all this money.
I honestly think a lot of people that cover college sports that I listened to and stuff over the years, they kind of slept on that acquisition by the Big 12 to me. Like I put that up. Like I think that now the Big 12 did shit the bed on not bringing in SMU, because I do think but I think long term BYU football and basketball are good. They're going to be a good fucking program for a long time coming.
And Houston.
Yeah, but they should have got SMU in, man. They should have got SMU. That was the one thing they fucked up with. But yeah, give me a game ball to BYU. Where are you going with the next one?
Final game ball. Let's go Arizona. I mean, you beat Kansas in Kansas City, and that was a revenge game too because they lost at the Fog on Saturday. So shout out to Arizona for getting their first ever Big 12 tourney win.
Yeah. Who the fuck should I give this one to? I'm gonna say, honestly, I think it's Cal Poly.
That thing like Stanford slept on me the night before when I go, holy shit, Stanford has 20 wins. That thing just slept on me that Cal Poly has 16 wins.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that's such a huge win for that program. Year 1. Yeah, let's go. All right, let's get to tomorrow's action. But before I do that, I do want to let you know that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party, and guess what? You listening, watching, you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a First 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th. That's this upcoming Wednesdays, bozos. All right, at the fantastic, awesome Stadium Swim inside the Circa in downtown Las Vegas. Free drinks for everybody. And you get to hang out with us. Yes, the College Experience Sports Gambling Podcast Network, the Bet Detective, Pick Dundee. We will all be out there having cocktails. And it gets even better. Rhythm's also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. Even if you can't make the party, you can still hit with the future bet. Come by, use Rhythm to help you fill out your bracket, make some bets while you're at it. Don't forget, Rhythm's March Madness stats and success from a season ago were fantastic. They had UConn winning it all. And Rhythm predicted Duquesne, NC State, and Oakland upsets. 45% of Rhythm brackets had NC State reaching the Sweet 16. So what are you doing? Come on out. Free party. Chance to win $250 future bet. Hang out with us. Get drunk. Never know what's going on in life. All right? You can meet your next wife there. All right, so sign up. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all the details. Once again, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/pate for all the details. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Shout out to Cannabis Capper on Twitter. He's been killing it with the articles over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com with just Underdog Fantasy. But I killed it last night with my plays. They both hit, and I went back to the well again. Let me pull this up for you. But I mean, we're looking good here. We hit big last night, and we have, what do we have for tomorrow? How about that fat blob of mayo that Sean Green said? I didn't say it. I like Robbie Avila. Lower than 18.5 points against Loyola Chicago. I know he went for 28 in St. Louis, but he only went for 13, I think it was, or 12 in Chicago. This is in DC. And Sean Padula, Oblongata. I'm going lower than 15.5 points. He only had 10 today, and that was the game winner. You know, you hit the game winner at Ole Miss. There's no way you don't have a stripper in your fucking room right now in Nashville. All right. So I will take the lower 15.5 with Sean Padula. Jump on over there. Underdog Fantasy gives you an edge that you cannot find elsewhere. I really believe that. They got everything too. You know, NFL, CFL, UFL, MLB, MMA, NASCAR, NBA. I mean, everything you could think of, it is there. That edge is there. So sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick. Plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. That's underdogfantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. Clark is correct. Two white guys. I'm sensing a pattern. That is very accurate. I do. I look for the white guys on the roster and I go, playing a more athletic team. Circle this one here. You know, you can make a lot of money. Good
evals on the whiteys.
Yeah, I know my white basketball. I told you when I took St. Louis last night, I know my white all white basketball. I know who to take, who not to take, and when to ride the unders and the highers and the lowers and all that shit. So that's why you should be subscribed and dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE anytime you're lost. All right, we got slides. All right, we got games early in the morning. 8:30 if you're on the West. The hell is going on with this? Why am I having a hard time with the slides tonight? Huh? There we go.
There you go.
VCU's lay at 11.5. And I'm starting things off with a bang. Give me the Bonnies plus 11.5. Mark Schmidt is no stranger to this damn tournament. VCU wins by 6. What are you doing here, Mac?
I will lock battle you. I think VCU blows this thing open. They're off a loss, and Bonnie's got that nice 22 cute wins. They get blown out here. VCU makes a statement. Ram it.
We got a battle. Dundee on the Bonnies. Mac on the Rams. Clark says he loves the under. Same with Josh. Next up, I got a lock for you here. Michigan State, Oregon in Indianapolis. Michigan State's laying 6.5 now, not 5.5, 6.5. Guess what? I am locking up Oregon, and I am also sprinkling the motherfucking money line. Plus 225, 230, I think it is. Quack, 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 quack. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I love Oregon here. Got the game under their belt. Sparty coming in red hot here, but I think that this is a good matchup for Oregon. They've already seen Sparty. They played well in East Lansing. Now it's in Indy, neutral floor. Izzo's great in March. So is Dana Altman. One possession game. Maybe Oregon wins it outright.
Double lock on these Ducks. Next up, we are going to Huntsville, Alabama, where the Flaming Libs of Liberty are taking on the Owls. Who the fuck is Kennesaw State? Is what the whole nation is saying. Kennesaw, I remember you taking them
at Liberty
on March 2nd, winning by 5.
Yeah.
I'm taking the points with Kennesaw here. I think they've proven their worth in big games this year, especially away from Kennesaw. I think Kennesaw plus 7.5 is the play. I will lock Kennesaw State plus 7.5. What are you doing here? They're going to have the crowd, by the way. Kennesaw will have this crowd.
We will do another battle. I'm all over Liberty. They had the day off, more rest, revenge angle. Liberty rolls here by double digits.
Oh, you're gonna eat shit here. We got a battle in Huntsville. Dundee on the outs. Mac on the limbs. Next up, we jump on over to Fort Worth, Texas, where the Memphis Tigers are laying 9.5 against Wichita. Stop it. Just fucking stop it.
That's the money line.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine what I'm seeing plus 350, 360 available. Give me Wichita plus the 9.5. You're in, right?
Yeah.
Double lock Wichita plus 9.5. Wichita's going to have the crowd.
Yeah. Memphis is not going to be locked in for this tournament.
Yeah, I think the money line is live. I think you sprinkle this Michigan State. Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Kennesaw won it too. Dogs are barking. I would be surprised if the Bonnies won it though. If you haven't noticed right now, I'm opening up the slate with just 4 dogs. Boom. And guess what? I'm adding a fucking 5th. All right. Because I think Ole Miss is going to stay within this number against Auburn. It's in Nashville. Look, Ole Miss at the Jungle. I know they got blown out like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But that first half, they were in that fucking thing. I think the fact it's in Nashville, they stay within this number. I love Chris Beard with 11.5 points. What are you doing here?
Yeah. So originally I was like, I'm going to take Auburn the first game. And then I saw the line and I'm like, they already drilled them at the Jungle. They've covered against them both times. I think Beard is a great coach on short prep here. Auburn's still a little bit banged up. Yeah, give me Ole Miss in the points. I'll lock it with you. Let's go.
Yeah. Double lock on Ole Miss. Next up, St. Louis is taking on Loyola Chicago and DC. Loyola's laying 1.5. I am taking St. Louis. I can be talked into a bet. Another dog. I can be talked into it here. I just think they have more scores.
Yeah, this is my future bet. Like, this is when I was like, I think they can beat Loyola if they can get by that first game, the upset game. Yeah, I like St. Louis against Loyola. I like the matchup. They're not getting them in Chicago. And
three or four different scores for St. Louis. I always think that favors a team that Loyola can be offensively challenged for long parts of games. So I'm in double lock St. Louis. Dogs are barking. Now I'm gonna bet another game.
Bet them all.
I am taking a favorite here. Alabama State's taking on Grambling. Grambling just won their Super Bowl against Southern, the 1 seed. I am all over Alabama State tomorrow. I think Alabama State wins by 7, 6, 8, 9, something like that. Lay it with these Hornets. You in?
I'll join you here. Yeah, Grambling won the Super Bowl.
I mean, we're just betting everything. And I get to this one and I say, wait, UCLA, Wisconsin at Indy. Wisconsin's laying 1.5. I'm on the Bruins, but get this. I have a future on UCLA, so I will not be betting this one. I'm staying away and watching, hoping UCLA wins. What are you doing here? I
am betting Wisconsin. They're going to be the home team here in the Midwest, and I think Wisconsin's better than UCLA. They almost beat them out there in Westwood to start the year, and I think they're going to get their revenge here back in Indy. Give me Wisconsin, who's always good in this event. On Wisconsin.
Money line, Mac, locking up the Badgers. And now we go to the wacky C. Wait, did I fucking forget the CUSA? hang on. Before we do this one, I think I missed Middle Tennessee and Jacksonville State. I forgot their slide. So Middle Tennessee is catching 1.5 against Jacksonville State in Huntsville. I am locking up Jacksonville State minus 1.5. This is a top 5 play to me. What are you doing here?
I'll sell you even more. Middle Tennessee got done playing a double overtime game at past midnight, 3:30 local time, start time. Jacksonville State had an off day yesterday after they already played a game. So it's not like they're playing their first game. I think Jack State drills them. Let's go.
They're going to have that crowd too.
Yeah.
Let's go. Jacksonville State, great play. Now the slide is Tulane, Florida Atlantic, and Fort Worth. I was a bit surprised. I had the double take when I saw this line. What am I missing here? This thing stinks.
Yeah, FAU is a spot.
Tulane is getting 3.5. I'm taking Tulane because I don't think FAU is any good, but I am not betting this fucking game. What are you doing here?
I'll lay with FAU, no bet.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. I guess I did have the slide, but it was backwards. All right. Texas is taking on Tennessee in Nashville. Tennessee's laying 9.5. That's where the party ends. Give me Tennessee minus 9.5. Tennessee by 16. That whole crowd's going to be Vol Nation. What are you doing here?
Yeah, so 2 magical wins. Now they're playing Rick Barnes, their former coach. Potentially could send him to the NIT. I mean, I think Barnes wants to stick it to Texas here. Yeah, give me Rocky Top big here by 20.
Double lock on these Vols.
That's not something you want to play on short rest.
With the home crowd, that's a home game, dude.
Yeah,
for Tennessee, that's a fucking home game.
That's a rough spot for Texas.
Yeah.
This might be a blowout.
Toledo, Akron laying 8.5. I will take the Rockets, even though they went to overtime. Give me the points. You can talk me into a bet. I just think anytime you get big numbers in the, I understand Toledo won or Akron won by 30 today. I just still feel like anytime you get a big number in the MAC, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I mean, so both games it was a 9-point game and a 7-point game. So of course they put the game at 8.5. Toledo has won the regular season all these years, but never has won the tournament. They've always choked. Are they going to return the favor and pick off Akron here as the underdog?
I think you got to take the points.
Let's lock Toledo.
Let's go. Let's go.
They got the magic.
Rockets plus 8.5. Double lock.
Yeah.
Next up, in my opinion, I think it was the first matchup of these games. YouTube.com/the college experience. Get on over there. I believe this is one of the best games of the year. The first one. The second one was not. George Mason taking on George Washington, the Colonials in Washington, D.C. George Mason laying 2.5. I'm on George Mason minus 2.5. Mason's going to have this crowd, I think. What are you doing here?
I'm locking up G-Dub. They lost to him by 2 or they lost to him by 3 both times. I think they pick him off here. Caputo coached Tony Skinn here.
Yeah, I think G-Dub looked like shit, by the way, today. Exactly. I thought they looked like shit, but I'm not betting this. I'm not betting this because Mason hasn't looked that great down the stretch, and Tony Skinn just got the coach of the year.
The fade spot. GW's beating them.
I just don't know if they can though. Like I think Mason plays such a high level of defense. I'm gonna take Mason, but I'm not betting this thing. What are you doing here?
I'm locking GW.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think GW's gonna win.
I mean, I will fade GW with that crossover, that killer cross. Yeah, Mason. Quinnipiac, the Aqueduct, take it on Iona in Atlantic City. Quinnipiac is laying 3.5. I will take Iona. I think they're the better team. No bet.
I'll take Iona too. I mean, are they going to win this game outright?
I'm not betting this.
You can put me down for an Iona bet. Let's go. Open Magic. It's March.
Moneyline Mag locking up the Gales of Iona. Next up, Morgan State looking to bitch slap their next opponent. They're taking on Norfolk State. Norfolk State laying 11.5. I mean, give me the fucking points. Give me the points. No bet. What are you doing here?
I'll lay it. More rested team versus a crazy upset. I think Norfolk wins by 15. No bet.
All right. Next up, Marquette St. John's at the Garden. The Johnnies are laying 4.5. I will lock up Marquette plus the point. I sprinkle the money line. Sprinkle the money line. What are you doing here?
Oh, absolutely. I've been circling this spot. Marquette has lost 2 heartbreakers to St. John's here. Marquette's gonna get him here. Let's go. Cam Jones.
Double lock on these Golden Eagles. Say what?
Said Patino's going down tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Next up, the Illini are taking on the Maryland Terrapins in Indianapolis. Maryland's laying 1.5. Give me the Illini. Bet.
Yeah, double. It's going to be a Illini home game.
Double lock on the Illini. Maryland beat them by 30, but wasn't their whole team sick?
Yeah. Willard postseason fade here.
Yeah. Next up, we got Carolina Duke. Duke laying 6.5. I will continue to bet the shit out of North Carolina. Sprinkle the money line. I mean, we know no Cooper Flag. We know no Malik Brown. I mean, I think you take it. I honestly think right now you can get. I was just talking about this on VSiN. You can get good odds for North Carolina to win the ACC tournament right now. Load up. I forget what the number was though, off the top of my head right now. What are you doing here?
Lock battle. Give me Duke.
I mean, how many times do you have to do this?
The others step up here. Carolina is still way worse than Duke. Duke gets up here.
You took Notre Dame, lost. You took Wake Forest, lost. Now you're going to take Duke and lose. You're all mixed up on Carolina. You're letting your hate for Carolina infect you.
They're going to lose to Cooper Flag, and without Cooper Flag, there's going to be no doubt Carolina is an NIT team. Let's go, Duke.
We got a battle in Charlotte. Dundee on the Heels. Mac on the Blue Devils. Love that rivalry. I mean, just incredible. Next up, BYU is taking on the Houston Cougars in Kansas City, Missouri. Houston's laying 7.5. Give me BYU. Lock. Hey, let me ask you something. All right, so Houston's playing. Juwan Roberts is a game time decision. Walker, the guard, is a game time decision. Why, if you're Kelvin Sampson, why the fuck would you play them?
Once a number 1 overall seed, I guess. I don't know. Well,
but you've gotten burned with injuries in March Madness, so you got to be thinking about wear and tear, right?
He doesn't do that.
I mean, he probably would have a natty if it wasn't for injuries.
I'm block battling you. BYU just made the 33s today. It felt like Houston's going to get after them on short rest. Give me the Cougs, lay 7.5.
We got a battle. I got the Cougs from Utah. You got the Cougs from Houston, Texas. Next up, Tulsa, North Texas. A little bit of a rivalry game here. North Texas laying 13.5. I mean, give me the Golden Hurricane and the points. No bet, but I like the fact they got the play-in game, came back from down 15. No bet though. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Give me Tulsa. I'm with you. I'll fade the home team. The first game, no bet. It's a big number.
The Missouri Tigers are in Nashville taking on the Florida Gators. Florida laying 8.5. I am locking up Missouri plus 8.5. What are you doing here?
Yep, I'll join you. Missouri's they can match up with them sides wise. Let's go.
Yeah,
Missouri.
I think they're a weird draw for Florida. So double
They're
lock.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's on the. I think could be there. Next up we got Kent State laying 3.5 against the Miami Ohio Redskins. I am on Kent State minus 3.5. I'll stay away, but I think Kent State minus 3.5 is the right side. I might bet this. If I'm having a good day, I'm probably going to pull the trigger on this. What are you doing here?
Listen, Travis Steele's been a great story, but Kent's a better program. We're going to
bet this. Let's bet this. Yeah. Let's bet this.
Kent always finds ways.
Kent State minus 3.5. And next up, St. Joe's taking on Dayton, DC. Dayton laying 1.5. I will bet Dayton. Feel very good about this one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm on the Dayton Flyers. They got to win the tourney to get in. Anthony Grant time. Let's get some magic.
Double lock on the Flyers. So yeah, some favorites right there. What? I got Dayton, Kent State.
What is the chat doing that thing where they say we're taking all dogs?
Dayton, Kent State, Tennessee. You know, there's some others I got. Jacksonville State's a favorite. Alabama State's a favorite.
Dogs win more than favorites this time of year. But yes, we don't blindly take all dogs. I mean, I just took fucking Duke and Houston.
Yeah. Next up, we go to a game I can't wait to watch. The SWAC tournament here. Jackson State, Bethune-Cookman. Jackson State's laying 3.5. I'm going to take Jackson State, but I'm excited about no bet here because I think Bethune can get them. I think they can get them. But what are you doing here?
I'm on Jackson State. There, I got a favorite.
They're better. I think they're a better roster.
And they had I do like the team having a day off, an extra day to just prepare. It's not like they had a day off and they're not used to the arena. They played in the arena, then they had the day off and they're coming back compared to the other teams.
I'll tell you this though, I do believe Bethune has the better head coach. Now I'm not shitting on Mo Williams. Maybe he ends up being a really good coach, but I think Reggie Theus is a decent college hoops coach. Man, I remember him at New Mexico State. So you're giving the better coach. You know, you're fading the better coach in my opinion, but I'm going to take Jackson State too. No bet though. Now this one I will bet. Mount St. Mary's is catching 5.5 against Merrimack. Give me the Mount. Actually, it's 6.5 now. What am I missing here? Mount St. Mary's money line is live. What are you doing here?
The Mount won the only matchup, and that was at Merrimack. Yeah, I'm going to just continue to ride the dogs in the MAAC. Let's go, Mount, lock.
Yeah, double lock on the Mount. Clark, you're cracking me up. Next up, we jump on over to woo boy. So let me get this straight. Your Bulldogs of South Carolina State just waxed NC Central by 16 on March 6th. And the line is only 7.5 here.
Well, they looked like shit 2 nights ago. I can tell you that.
I'm locking up NC Central plus 7.5. What are you doing here?
Oh, we're battling. South Carolina State double digits. They got their scare out of the way. They're going to set this phony Central team. The lucky
phony. In this building,
you can only have somebody. You can only have somebody rim jobs. You use your rim job tonight on that.
Well, they lost on a rim job to Norfolk State in overtime in this building, right?
It's a different building.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. not on campus.
We got a battle. Dundee on Central. Mac on State. All right, we're jumping over to the next one. Michigan, Purdue. Purdue's laying 2.5. Is it? Yeah, still 2.5. I'm going to lay it with Purdue.
Both teams won as favorites on their home floor. Michigan ain't ready. Purdue lock. More veterans. Painter.
Oh, man. Let's go. Let's go. It's in Indianapolis. Let's go. Double lock Purdue.
They got their scare out of the way.
Next up. Seattle's in Vegas taking on Utah Valley. Utah Valley's laying 2.5. I will lock up Utah Valley. And I know that logo says Abilene Christian. I fucked up. What are you doing here?
Does this line stink at all to you?
It does, but I'm diving in. Valley is fucking better than them.
You know, I think I agree. And I think we're on a collision course for Valley and Grand Canyon Saturday night. I think we're going to have that. I don't think either team looks ahead. Give me a Valley. I'll lock it with you.
Double lock on Utah Valley minus 2.5. Santa Barbara is catching 10.5 against UC San Diego. See this, I find this so interesting, man. All right, so UC San Diego, I think, is like one of the best stories of college hoops, but they have zero fucking tournament experience. Santa Barbara has veterans.
Yeah,
I still think San Diego's to me the best team in this conference by a decent amount. But it's a sneaky game because of that pedigree. I do believe it. Like, I'm taking the points. I'm not going to bet this because I do think UC San Diego could beat them by 15 or something. But I find this game fascinating with that element. It reminds me in a way of seeing Northridge today. Northridge was inexperienced really in the tournament, in the Big West tournament, and guess what? They ate a pile of shit. Now, San Diego's way better than Northridge, but still, I'm just saying they don't have this experience. So it's just a fascinating game to me. What are you doing here?
I am going to bet Santa Barbara. They've already played 2 games here. San Diego, like you said, man, they don't have the experience, and they kind of were not limping, but like they started not covering finally down the stretch. Targets on their back here. I think this is going to be a tricky game. I think they win by 7. I think they get out of there, but I'll block up Santa Barbara in the points.
Bottom Mac locking up the Gauchos. I might jump it. I don't know.
Who will have the crowd? It ain't going to be UC San Diego, I don't think.
I'm fascinated. I don't know. I honestly, I mean, Santa Barbara's got a good fan base, but San Diego they have a bigger enrollment. I know that. So if they do come out there.
Let me ask you this. Is Irvine going to have the crowd?
I think, UC San Diego's enrollment, I think, is decent. So I think Irvine and San Diego might have the crowd.
Okay. Because, if Irvine has a shitload of people there, then it turns into a Santa Barbara crowd because they'll start rooting against UC San Diego.
The irony here is I feel like almost all of them are around the same distance.
Yeah.
I guess San Diego's a little bit more, but
in Henderson.
Yeah. I don't know.
All their schools are in California.
Just a reason to go to Vegas, right?
Yeah.
It's probably cheap. That's probably why it's cheaper with all the hotels in fucking Vegas. Yeah, I might bet that. Check the picks page. Next up, UConn taking on Creighton. UConn laying 3.5. I will lock up UConn minus 3.5. UConn's going to the Big East Championship, buddy. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. They already beat them in stores. They'll beat them at the Garden tomorrow. Let's go, Creighton. Call Brenner and Ashford own their ass. Let's go.
Oh, we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
This is kryptonite.
We got a battle. Dundee on the Huskies. Mac on the Blue Jays. Game's awesome. Next up. Damn it, I forgot to change this logo too. I was trying to rush. New Mexico is taking on Boise State. My apologies. New Mexico's laying 1.5. I'm on Boise State. I'm going to lock up Boise State. What are you doing here?
Let's ride it, man. Boise's going to be New Mexico of last year. Boise's going to win the tournament. They're going to get a fancy of that.
Double lock on these Broncos. Oh boy, what do we have here? Louisville, Clemson in Charlotte. Louisville laying 1.5. I'm not buying it. I'm locking up Clemson. Clemson's a better team than Louisville. They have been all year. Bad day today. They didn't look great. That experience tomorrow. I like this play a lot. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna battle you. I think Louisville's actually the better team. I think Louisville. They got their hiccup out of the way. I think they
look like shit. I mean, both teams look like shit today.
They both played the identical game.
Yeah.
Give me Louisville. Make some shots here. They didn't make shots here tonight. I think they.
We got a battle. Mac on the Cons. Dundee on the Tigers.
Chat saying there's injuries. There's injuries on both sides, actually.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. What you got? Dylan Hunter and Buckner are out for Clemson. Well, Hunter's a game time decision, right? And then Smith and obviously Keshawn Pryor, the South Florida / Boise transfer, is out for the year, but he's been out. Yeah, I mean, I still like Clemson. Next up, Texas Tech is taking on Arizona and Kansas City. Texas Tech lay at 2.5. I am locking up Texas Tech minus 2.5. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I love Tech here. I think that they didn't play well tonight. Almost blew that lead. They're healthy finally. I think they get it done here and win 2 out of 3 against Arizona.
Double lock on these Red Raiders. Sorry, Matola.
They got their win.
What do we got next? Do you guys want to get rich?
What do we got?
And may the Schwartz be with you.
That line's short.
UAB is laying 4.5. Why is it so short?
I think ECU gets him. I buy it in. I like it. Let's go.
I mean, what they played twice this year or just once?
Yeah, they split the regular season, and UAB won the tournament last year. They got all the mojo was last year. This year,
you sure? I think they only played once. Am I tripping?
I thought they beat him in Birmingham.
I don't see it here.
Oh, maybe I missed that.
I could be missing it too, though. Yeah.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
Yeah, sweet UAB.
Let's go, Pirates. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this.
There was nothing that we couldn't do. We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never be the same. Never be the same. 'Cause we believe.
This has a UAB 3-point win written all over it. If we're gonna cover, you're gonna be so pissed that they somehow lost this game.
I mean, it is a fascinating matchup to me.
It's too many points. I'm with you. It's too many points.
Uh,
This is a one possession game.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited. I haven't been this excited for an ECU basketball game in a fucking long time, man. Long time. So they'll probably lose by 20. But I'll bet it. Next up, Kentucky and Alabama in Nashville. Alabama laying 6.5. I'm gonna lay it with Bama. Actually, man, this is a Kentucky
Is that
crowd.
going to be the producer?
I gotta take Kentucky. I keep forgetting about how that crowd is.
That's Alabama's going to be the producer play of the day tomorrow, because Alabama drilled their ass twice already, and Lamont Butler ain't going to be there. Alabama's going to come in here. They're off the Auburn win. I'll lock Kentucky. Kentucky's already played a game.
I'm with you.
They'll have some magic, and it'll be a one possession game. Let's go. Give me Big Blue.
Kentucky in the points, 6.5, big number. I got a lock right here. Damn it. Did I fuck this up again? You can tell I'm fucking tired. Cal Poly is taking out UC Irvine. I use UC San Diego's logo. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Irvine's laying 10.5. I'm all over Poly, man. Give me Poly the points. Too much. Poly stays within the number. What are you doing here?
I was just checking. They got killed by them last time they played them, but that was their last loss. That got them to 0-8. Now they're like the hottest team in the league. I don't think anybody knows that. Yeah, give me Poly. Lock it up. Let's go, Poly and Barbara again.
Let's go, baby. Mustangs. Damn it, did I forget? Dude, I'm fucking up left and right. There's another game that's happening here. Cal Baptist is taking on Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is laid 6.5. I will lock up Grand Canyon minus 6.5. What are you doing here?
I think you should bet this before this thing skyrockets in the morning. Yeah, I'll lock up Grand Canyon.
Double lock. Oh, we made it.
Mountain West.
Did I fuck up one game?
Well,
Utah State.
It wasn't
Utah
out.
State and UNLV. Okay. I thought I made slides for all those though, because I don't know. Fucking tired. What's that number in that Utah? What is it? Utah State and Boise, right? No, Utah State and Colorado State. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
Colorado State's laying 1.
This game's awesome. Give me Colorado State Magic to continue. No bet. No bet. This game is going to be. I have no idea who wins this game. It's gonna come down to the final couple of possessions. What are you doing here?
I will lock up Colorado State for a Colorado State Boise final. Winner goes in. Let's go.
You know what? I feel like I'll join you just because I wanna have action on this game.
The midnight game.
Yeah. Double lock Colorado State. All right, now, dude, what a fucking slate of games tomorrow. Look, I know we're supposed to do our top.
The best day of the year. Tomorrow's the best day of the year. Like in terms of yesterday, Thursday, sorry to cut you off. Thursday was like the quantity day. Tomorrow is the biggest quality day in terms of the actual games.
I was gonna say, like, before we even get to our top 5 plays, what is like the top 5 games you want to watch? Because I think, dude, I'm like, oh man, I don't know when I'm gonna have. I have to normally I'll go have lunch with my wife. I gotta choose, which there's like a fire game on at all times of the day.
Yeah.
How
many games are there? 39?
I think so, something like that. Obviously, I'm an ECU fan, so ECU UAB is like a huge game. I don't expect everyone's answer to be ECU UAB as their top play, but if you throw out
25, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, Duke Carolina is always fire, but I believe it or not, I don't know if that makes the top 5 right now for me. I think the top 5.
It's for Carolina's got to win to get in the tourney.
Dude, but I really want to see that Utah State Colorado State game. That is one of like to me you're probably right. Like I'll probably get to like 3 or 4 and then say Duke Carolina. But I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch. I'm really excited to watch the Oregon Michigan State game.
Yeah.
Oregon let them off the hook. I feel like before up double digits in the second half. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably Duke Carolina after that. Like those 3 right there. UConn Creighton is top 5 for me. So, and then Arizona Texas Tech, Kentucky Bama. I don't know. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. What would be your top 5?
I was going to say it's hard to look past the Big 12 semis and the Big East semis. Those two jugger. I mean, you get Marquette, Shaka versus Patino. Those were classics in this regular season. McDermott and Hurley have had classics, and then Texas Tech, Arizona. Those were good games, and then Houston, BYU, the 2 hottest teams in the league. Duke Carolina is obviously Duke Carolina. Another one, I love those Mountain West games too, though. I mean, Boise's got to beat.
Those games are fire, dude.
Boise's got to beat New Mexico. Colorado State's got to beat Utah State. Those Big West games are good. I mean, UC San Diego and Irvine, they're the better teams, but they haven't played
the MAC games. I like those MAC games for the most part. You know, like
and Rick Barnes versus old team. The chance of
a lot of drama. A lot of drama. I can't wait, man. It's fucking so good. We gotta get some sleep. Top 5 plays of the night. Or actually, let's do 6.
Yeah, just lock it all up.
Man, to power rank these fucking things.
I hate this segment.
It is tricky. People always tell me, "Why don't you do it before?" Well, motherfuckers, I'm building slides, doing shows. I go like from show to show to show to show to show. So it's like the lines are out early. I got to decide like what right away. I will tell you this though. I feel pretty fucking good about Wichita State covering.
Forgot about that game.
That's one of my 6. I feel pretty fucking good about Marquette covering. That's 2. 3 is North Carolina for me. I'm riding this fucking thing. They've been hitting for me every day. 4 is Texas Tech for me. 5. This is where it gets dicey. 5, I'm going to say Mount St. Mary stays within that number. And 6, I will go. Six, give me Jacksonville State. Those are my and no order on those 6. It's just 6 best plays. Mac, fire. Alabama State's a good one, Bill. Fuck. 7. Do 7, Mac. Alabama State's my next one.
All right. Oregon, Marquette, Illinois, Houston, Purdue, Boise, and Texas Tech. There you go. There's 7.
It's hard to do, man. It's hard to do.
There's like fucking. I like them all. That's why it's like spraying the board. And cheers to us. This is the final. Go to bed at 5 a.m. and wake up at 8 a.m. on a weeknight of the year. So we made it. Not easy to get 3 hours of sleep every night, guys.
This year was harder to me than any of the years I've done this shit.
Well, the show's grown, so yeah. The shows have gotten longer. So yeah, we made it. Appreciate you guys rocking with us every night too.
Yeah, honestly, it's been awesome seeing everything grow and seeing so many familiar names and faces in here, and we are very grateful that we have this platform and that you guys dig the show. So if I ever meet any of you fucks, I'll buy you a beer or whatever. Buy you a drink. If you don't drink, I'll buy you something. All right. Because we like to think we've built something really cool here, and we feel like we're the same as you guys. So if you're passionate about the sport, I think it shows. Normally you can tell when you talk. I met Matola for 10 minutes last year. Is one of the worst 10 minutes of my life. No, I'm fucking with you, Matola. No, it was, he was a great guy. And, it's cool as shit to meet the faces. If you're in Vegas, let us know. We'll be out there. So please be out in LA for a couple of days too. So looking forward to getting out there and doing shows and stuff. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And check out, YouTube.com/the College Experience. Check that out. And also don't forget the StubHub stuff. I'm going to try to get to the ACC tournament. Get on over there, use that, get you 10% off. And also I can't harp this enough. Obviously we got the free bracket thing where you can win $2,000. It's free. I don't understand. Once again, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket, $2,000. We're just giving you away for free. Why would you not sign up? But even the other one, you $75,000. You have a shot to make $75,000 with college basketball Survivor. What are you doing? Check out slashsports.com/SGPN. $20 entry to win $75,000. How many times do you blow $20 on just bullshit? You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Your fucking wife, you're in the mall or some shit. She wants a snow globe. You know what I mean? Like you just, I sit there and look at it. Sometimes I'm like looking at my statements from my card. And I'm like, what the fuck did I buy? What the fuck is this?
Fuck is this?
Yeah. I really buy this set of Tupperware? The fuck am I doing here? So what are you doing? $20. Get on over there. Chance to win $75,000. Let's be honest. Survivor is anyone could win that thing, especially when it's March Madness. I don't think that because you have this gigantic edge, you host a college basketball podcast. My mom also has won the bracket, the bracket more times than me, probably in the past 5 years, or past 10 years. So hop on over there once again, splashsports.com/SGPN. Check out the College Baseball Experience episode dropped tonight. College Football Experience. We had the Eddie George to Bowling Green one. Sorry, we had a scheduling conflict, so that got pushed off. Try to get to that. I don't know, at some point in the next couple of days. We want to talk about Eddie George to Bowling Green. Exciting stuff. Till next time, folks. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.
I lost a bet on the Super Bowl, so I had to dive in and crawl around through the snow. Don't believe me? Believe me, there's a video. We made it to promote March 5th and then we did the show. Before March, there was a winter to be lived through, and snow fell on the DC metropolis. In some other cities, this wouldn't be big news, but where I live, it felt like an apocalypse. Not the kind where zombies are the wrath of God, but the kind where Mother Nature doesn't laugh it off. I didn't laugh at
splashsports.com/SGPN. Here, sorry, I just wanted to clarify. Here, I'll go with a different song then.
Yeah.
I know I'm out of my mind. I've lost my mind. I'm just ahead of my time.
Rockin' at first was hell without vodka. I pop up in spots, they screaming, you clockwork. I'm dilated, the fuck off, I ain't doing it. Before Weatherman dropped, they thought I might have ruined it. Elusive, I just deny rumors. Smile and give punchlines with dry humor. See what the future brings. In 03, I got on MTV. Time is bug, that's the message I'm sending them. Sign with Slug and survive beef with Eminem. I mention different events in my sentences. It's dangerous to reminisce or remember it. Still it's evidence, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Less punches and spit what I've been through. I stayed here, got booed, but kept rapping. The same year got sued by Kurt Natman. Just ahead of my time. I know I'm out of my mind. Just ahead of my time. Tricks the body thinks the mind is crazy. Look, I know where I come from and know who I started with, but trying to split a check 8 ways, that's the hardest shit. And I ain't starving shit. I had to get my own. So I ain't trying to hear that bullshit you on. Like you love my brothers, my crew more than I do. Anytime I make a change, I gotta run it by you. I wish I would give a fuck. I was broke in the head on the porch and some chucks. The first one saying Mid-City on these records. And make the world respect it. Cloverdale, 1300 block moving. Sunshine bomb bitches, that's how we do it. And what you doing, man? You shoveling snow, throwing coke up your nose. You in love with the blow? Oops. Think I'm dissing my own crew, but I love the living legends. I was talking about you.